Looking for cheap flights this summer? Trying to avoid becoming some loyalty program's bitch? Well, I got a simple solution for you. Make sure you stick around to the end. I've got some secrets for you if you want to do some cheap, inexpensive travel for this summer or to get a good deal on the trip that you're already planning. Hopefully you're not taking a revenge-cation or some sort of vacation that you don't really want to go on. I've got a video for that one too. I'll put it in the link below. Some things to think about when you're traveling this summer. I want you to think about what airport that you're actually leaving from, because that can make all of the difference in the world. If you're like me and you live in Cleveland, Cleveland Hopkins Airport can be one of the most expensive airports to travel out of. Here's why. Two main reasons. Number one, it carries a large amount of debt, and number two, there's hardly any competition here in Cleveland Hopkins Airport. We don't have many options, and that's what makes the tickets so expensive. You can save up to 40 to 50% just by leaving out of a larger airport. What I would do if I were you is I would actually check the airports around you. Maybe an hour or two, or sometimes traveling, taking a rental car for a day can make all the difference in the world. For example, in 2014, I actually went to Iceland. It was a wonderful trip. And it was very expensive to book out of Cleveland Hopkins. I won't reveal the price, but it was quite a bit. I saved almost half by leaving out of JFK in New York City. As a former New York City resident myself, I was very excited to show my daughter New York. We got to go to the Statue of Liberty. We got to go to Ellis Island, Times Square, all the really cool stuff. What we saved from flying out of JFK purchased our entire week stay in New York City, if you can imagine that one. And the really brilliant part, the accidental part that was fantastic, was I actually got upgraded to a Tahoe to drive there. It was just a single day trip to get there. I booked a very economical rental car and got upgraded to a Tahoe. That's more than I asked for, but it happened. And a decade later, we actually flew out of Pittsburgh to go to Amsterdam. Actually got a free hotel room out of that deal. The hotel we booked flooded, so they put us up in another place. It was wonderful. So I added an extra day or two to my trip, but got to see a brand new city too. Last year we went to Portugal and traveled from Toronto Airport. Here's the strange thing. I actually stopped by Cleveland Hopkins Airport to book the car to take up there. They looked at me like I was crazy. But you know what? It actually saved me, I'm going to say it saved me almost 60% on the tickets. Again, nobody else would let me take a rental car up to Toronto, but Cleveland Hopkins Airport would. As crazy as that was, we got to see Toronto. And when we got there, not only were we able to book a more economical flight, but at the same time, I had some points left on the Kimpton credit card to use at the Kimpton Hotel. Now, normally I don't recommend using points. I like this method much better of finding a different airport or using some cash bonus that's associated with a credit card. If you're not great with paying those off in full, I wouldn't recommend it. I gotta tell you, a lot of these places online will tell you how to save, using points, locking you into some sort of crazy system. At the end of the day, it's usually not worth it. And since you stuck around to the end, I'm going to give you a little secret here. Sometimes it actually is okay to fly out of your local airport. There's other tricks and hacks that you can use. Here's one of them. In 2022, my family and we went to London. But we wanted to use American Airlines. They had a somewhat reasonable fee to get there. But again, I was able to save almost half on my tickets by booking through British Airways operating the American Airlines flight that we were on. I had to pay in British pounds, but even doing the conversion from US dollars to British pounds, I was able to come out well ahead, avoiding the high debt cost of the Cleveland airport and low competition that causes those tickets to be so expensive anyway. So if you're flying out of a smaller airport like me, hopefully some of the previous hacks will work. If not, always check to see if that airline is being operated by somebody else. And if you're new here, welcome to the Dollar Bill. I'm Bill, your host, and check out some of my other videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, of course, and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful trip this summer. I know I will.